Hey guys, Brockett here, just with a real quick deck profile. Finally got this deck built. This is my lockdown, no mortal can resist the fish deck. It's an Atlantean deck using Abyss Warrior and the skill no mortal can resist with the Shizu to basically lock your opponent down by turning all the monsters in their graveyard into Skull Servants and then putting them on top of their deck with Abyss Warrior's effect. Now the skill, if you don't know what it does, you have to take 1,000 life points, or no, you don't even. You have to be at least 1,000 life points lower than your opponent, and they have to have monsters in their graveyard, so you can turn them into Skull Servants. So we're using cards like Cosmic Cyclone, get our life points lower, and we're using the Treacherous Trap Hole, which is so good. Destroy your opponent's monsters, get them in the graveyard, get them ready to be turned into Skull Servants. Now, of course, the Atlanteans, they're also really good for this too. You discard them with Water Monster, like a Abyss Spike or Abyss Soldier is a good way to get it started if they don't already have monsters in their graveyard. Then once they get monsters in their graveyard, Abyss Warrior is the main card you want to use, because you're going to be putting those Skull Servants on top of their deck, making it so they don't have any chance drawing anything other than the Skull Servant, basically locking them down. There used to be a Psychic deck in Duel Links that pretty much did the same thing, but this one is even better, way more consistent. Yeah, so also use Tribute to the Doom, get my opponent's monsters destroyed. It's the most consistent ones. You could also use things like Flash of the Forbidden Spell, if your opponent's swarming the field, if that becomes the new meta, destroy all their monsters. But I think Special Hurricane might be good too. It's kind of like Tribute to the Doom. You discard a card, then you destroy all special summon monsters. You don't really special summon much in this deck. There's a couple ways you can, but yeah, I think it'd be real good when Synchros come out. Special Hurricane. But for now, Tribute to the Doom is the safest card. Of course, I might just run 3 Cosmic Cyclones, but I like it like this. Salvage is really good in this deck because almost all these cards you can use pretty much once you get the combo popping. If you draw into your 1 salvage, yeah, you pretty much got an infinite loop cards in your hand. Sinister Serpent I threw in when I didn't have the deck complete. Was going to take it out, but I decided to keep it because it's just that good. Constantly have resources. I like having a Sinister Serpent better than having 2 salvages, because I would brick when I drew 2 salvages, where with 1, pretty much anytime I draw it, it's good to go. Abyss Mermill Abyss Spike. He is the only Mermill I'm using. I was using Megalo originally. It just didn't work. I don't have room for the equip card, so when I get him out, it's not really that big a deal, and he's just not necessary for this combo to work. But Abyss Spike is the only Mermill I'm using. I could use 3, but I just using 2 with BU Tuneful Princess. She's good because if you need to discard her, you can get her back with salvage. But normally you just summon her, thin your deck out. It's better to thin your deck out with than to run 3. I guess you could run 3 and still one of her, but this looks like how I like it. Now the Treacherous, probably the best trap in the game. I still run a Powerful Rebirth. Doesn't really get in the way of Treacherous, but I need the Powerful Rebirth to get my Abyss Warrior back if something happens to him. There's no real way you can't get him back with salvage. So Powerful Rebirth, I just use 1 copy in there so to try not to get it in the way of Treacherous Trap Hole. I use 2 Treacherous Trap Hole. You could probably just run 3, but you really only gonna use 1. But if you get Treacherous early, this deck is pretty much gonna get your opponent locked down. Destroy 2 of their cards, turn them into Skull Servants, start putting them on top of the deck. Yeah, it's GG after that. Now, the only time this deck struggles is when it doesn't draw into the Abyss Warrior. Then it just depends on, just keeping your opponent's cards destroyed. baiting them into damaging you, so you're at least 1,000 life points lower than them, so that you can use your skill when you do draw this guy. Abyss Soldier, I only have one, but I was thinking there could be another deck you could build similar to like this if you had 3 of him and using a different skill. So it'd be like a Abyss Soldier Atlantean deck instead of the Abyss Warrior Atlantean deck. I don't know if you want to see me try to make that deck, or I could explain it in the comments if you guys have any questions on that. But other than that, this is the deck here. We're going to jump into the replays. Like I said, this is going to be a quick video. I was supposed to get this deck in this video done last week, but it took me a while to get the cards. So here we go. Let's jump into that replay and show you how the deck works, and maybe we'll make more of this deck if I get more Abyss Soldiers. But other than that, I think the lockdown version probably the better version of the deck anyway. So if you like it, let me know with a thumbs up, or if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And thanks for watching.
Duel.
Yes.